Hey guys, this is Alex from Paintball 101 Info, and I've had a request to show what I pack and how I inspect my stuff before I go out for a day of paintball. So let's start off with the mask. You want to make sure that you have a nice clean mask, no dirt on it, no paint residue left over that could possibly corrode the lenses. I'll give you a quick tip. One thing I like to do with masks beforehand is I like to pop the lenses off and put anti-fog spray on. Now, this is a good idea because it allows the anti-fog to actually soak into the lenses. And one thing I just realized that I should probably be doing is if you have the V-Force grills, they are a very soft, squishy material right here. And if you have your strap tightened too much, you'll see that these start to bend inwards. They bend how they're not supposed to. So that's one quick thing. Take your strap off when you're going to store it because it's so easy to put it back on and it's just worth the damage that you will save. So I like to take my mask and my mask bag, just pop my mask bag over it. I personally do not like the visor of the V-Force grills. I'm just not a big fan of visors, so for those of you that wonder why I'm not using a visor, I just don't like it. So take my mask. I have it in this mask bag, so it's not going to get scratched. Put that aside for now. First thing I like to pack when I have my stuff all ready laid out in front of me is my parts kit. This is a well thought out parts kit. It's got everything I'm going to need. Basically in a fishing box. It's got my manual, good thing to have, tools, lube, spare parts, batteries, everything I'm going to need for every part of my gun, even my tank, down to the loaders. I got my springs for my lid, everything. So, parts kit goes in first, that way I know I have it. Next thing I like to put in, is I like to put my gun in next. I quickly make sure I have all my parts on it. I have my clamping feed neck here, my ASA is tightened down, test that the micro switch is in there, test the battery, make sure you have your barrel in there. And once you know everything, I like to put that in second. Now this works best if you have like a duffel bag, especially like this one. Then I put the mask in. So I'll go grab my mask right here, and that kind of just hangs off the side, just like that. Next thing I do when I'm packing is I take a look at my loader. I've already taken a look at my gun, my mask, and my parts kit. I want to make sure that my speed feed is tightened down so I can pop off on the field. That I have batteries in it, and that the motor works. That basically all the screws are in. I like to make sure that they're all screwed in. Nothing's missing. Turn it off. Green light, good battery. I like to make sure there's no paint residue on here that could possibly corrode it. No paint residue in the feed neck. Nothing. Then I put it back in its hopper case, which is actually a dyed cleat bag. And I throw that in. Okay. So hopper's in. Next I like to make sure my protection. Right here is head protection, the dyed do-rag. No paint residue. There's not much things to check on here. Just make sure the Velcro works. Roll it up nice and neat. Save space and put it right down in there. Next thing, I want to make sure I have my forearm protection. I'm basically going down, if you haven't noticed, from the head, the mask, to the gun, loader, and then I had the do-rag. Now I'm going down to the arms. Got my forearm pads. There's no paint or anything on there. There's nothing stuck like burrs or prickers on here that's going to affect their performance. I like to stuff those in. Now I'm going down the arms. I got my gloves. I want to make sure there's no paint on it. They're nice and clean. There's nothing on it that's going to affect its performance. Okay. Next I go to the tank. Although I have tons of tank O-rings already in my spare parts kit, I like to have one on the cap just so I know that I have it. Take my tank. I put that in a separate one so that it doesn't get banged around or get possibly scratched up. I'm not a big fan of tank covers just because I get hit in the tank sometimes and those seem to just soak up the paint. hockey grip tape on the back works just fine. If I get some more grip tape, I'll show you a video of how to do it because I got to do some on the Gorilla Air rigs. That's just a spare battery I had up for an earlier show that I'm actually not going to post. This is a redo of this show I just did. I want to make sure I have my squeegee, that there's no paint on it. I wash my squeegee after every time I have to use it. You know, I just rinse it through water in the sink for like 5 minutes. You know, it's just little things because I'm not going to want to be swabbing my hopper down with a squeegee that's full of paint. That doesn't make sense. Next we go to the spare gun. The only hopper that'll fit this gun is the one it came with, and this is this special gravity feed. It's got a flared out neck to fit this 45 thing. I just stick that down in there. It's always good to have a spare gun no matter how crappy it is. This gun I bought for 15 bucks at a garage sale. Now as you see, it is very small. You know, it's tiny. It can fit in one of my pockets of this duffel bag, and I'm not using that pocket, so why not bring it anyways? You know, it's nice. The ASA comes off the back. It's very small, and it's a simple gun. It's not going to break on you. So I like to have a spare gun. It cost me 15 bucks at a garage sale. Definitely worth it in case mine breaks down, which I know it won't because it's an SLG for the win. If I could just stuff that down in there, and that's basically all I do. Then over here, I got my pod pack already filled with pods, and I have the hopper. If you guys don't know, face the lip of the pod pack, they open the lid at, towards the sides of these. That when you go grab it, your thumb is already there. So that's just a quick little tip to help save time on the field. And then, definitely before I go out, you know, before I even leave the store, I check my paint. Make sure that there's no broken paint in there, no dimples. Because I don't like shooting bad paint. Nobody does. And that's what I do before a day of play. I'll see if I can get a game day video out tomorrow of me playing paintball, but I don't think I can. So please subscribe. I really need ideas for shows. I mean, I haven't been making a show in a couple days. That's because I ran out of ideas. So please request shows. It's greatly appreciated. 100 subscribers by the end of the month. I use some paint. Thank you, Protoballer14. Please subscribe.